So Rianne's my little camera girl right now, so she's technically here. We got Thorn, and we got Travanis.
He's rocking the mask.
He's rocking the mask, he had to. So, you're asking me about feints. So, I'm going to grab Thorn here, and I'm going to throw one that I use quite a bit. It's really easy. So you start out with your sword and board. Now, I only see you normally with sword and board, the last time I saw you, so we're
That's
just
what
going to
she
go with
uses.
this. What's that?
That's what she does.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you against Thorn using a big shield, and I got Travanis here using Flow, so I'll show you both. So basically, the feint that I use is I'll start like this, and I'll pump my arm this way. That makes them think that the shot's coming this way, and then you just flick your wrist and hit shoulder. So Thorn, if you just come over here. So pump that way, he'll move the shield, and you just do a wrap to the shoulder, and you'll hit shoulder right near the top there. One more time.
Here,
So
let me
it's
just
really,
get.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a good.
There she can see it.
Pump, he'll fuck off. So pump, he'll turn, and then just switch shoulder there. So
Don't repeat it too often, because I will do that thing you just saw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If I keep pumping like that, he's gonna see it right away. But it's like I was telling you about feints before, or no, I didn't actually. With feints is you want to try it with something that you throw often. So for me, bring your shield up again. For left-handed in general, your shots are gonna be your two shoulders and then this half of the body. That you're not gonna hit this very often. So what I will normally do is I'll go for top shoulder on his right side, and I'll cover with my shield. I use a punch, and I'm pretty sure yours is a punch as well, so I think this will work. And I just pop that shoulder until he moves to, yeah, exactly. So once I see that movement, I can pop over and go for a shoulder.
Oh, I'm backing into bush.
But that's what I'll do very often, and the key for that one is keep moving. So I'll keep throwing this way, covering my arm with that shield there, and I'll keep twisting this way so he'll force to move. And what you want to look for is, I'm gonna keep going in circles here, so I'm sorry. You don't have to move, Rianne, you're
Okay.
good. But I'll keep going this way, and then you'll get tired of that and adjust, right? So once I see that adjustment, that's when you go in, cover your other side with the shield there, and you can go in for that shoulder, you can go in for this shoulder. Exactly, yeah. So that's probably the easiest way. When I use a punch, the only one I really use is this one. This one's a 22, very small.
I think hers is quite large.
Hers is a medium.
Yeah.
I should have grabbed your own shield. Oh, speak the devil.
I'm gonna pause this.
Bring it. No, don't.
Recording from this video. Go ahead. Oh. Okay.
So, I'm a flow fighter, not primarily left-handed, but I do know a couple of strikes I found useful in my situation. Here, we'll switch sides here. So, my two favorites are the hip scoop I was telling you about, where you go in and get in there. That's another one. And as a flow fighter, I'm used to like attacking the right side, and left is really good for a stab. So, when you're fighting, just...
My little pup.
And that's all I got.
Thanks, Trav.
Actually, I'm gonna grab Trav here again. So with a flow fighter, it's a little more difficult because of the two swords. Because you can cover this side, but if he's smart, he'll go for that arm or that side. So it's a little bit more difficult. The key with flow fighting, or fighting flow, is they hate stabs.
It's true. I hate them. And when you got a target like this, I really, really hate them.
It's not even having you as a big target. It's hard to block. Like if you don't want to get into both of your swords, right? So
He's being a distraction.
when a float blocks a stab, there are basically three options: either get out of the way, or try to knock the sword to one side, or try to block it in a double cross.
Yeah, but either way, it's a it's a pain in the ass.
Jesus.
It's a pain in the ass.
It is.
So you can try all three. So try your dodge.
Okay.
So I stab.
Yeah.
I see the dodge, and all I have to do is a flick,
Yeah.
and I get his stomach there.
If I go to block the shot, like he's going for the stab, and I bring it,
I can feint that.
Yeah.
If I stabbed enough and I see him blocking with that one sword, one more time.
yeah,
So I'll stab and see the block.
yeah,
I'll go again.
yeah,
Reset. Go again.
Yeah.
And just feint it. Go for the shoulder. And what was the other one? Double cross?
yeah.
Same thing is
The problem with the double cross is I have no movement. There's
No
nothing I
movement at
can
all.
do without making myself open.
and if you do that one more time, all I gotta do is cover that shield or those swords up. It covers both his moves of attack, and you can go up. You can just go to town on his shoulders.
Yeah.
But like I said, like if you're doing, this is still an okay strategy, because if I keep moving and he keeps blocking that side, if he tries to go for that, okay, that little different there.
Well,
but,
you were running into the rock there.
okay, but like.
Yeah.
I'm still covering that one side, so even if he goes for that shot, I can
And
still.
even as he's rotating, I'm out of range.
He stays out of range. Like
And
that's
to
why
get
you keep
in range,
moving,
I got to step in, and all of a
which
sudden,
which opens him up.
When you ran into the rock, could you smell what he was cooking?
Oh my god. Can you hold this for a second, please? Thank you.
See,
She knows what Steven's like.
yeah, I made the mistake of taking him to Walmart once. You just don't do that. Anyway,
I can hold it now.
so
Thank
it
you.
works either way. So like if I keep doing this and covering that side, and you can go ahead and try, but if I keep covering, he's out of range, and I keep moving that one way. It's all once you see his move change.
and not just that, he's locking up my right arm, which is my striking and my attacking arm in defense. I can't use it to attack.
Right.
I'm forced to attack on my offhand.
Now, you wanted to learn about feints, so this is what I normally do. So since I do this a lot, I can feint it. The only time I would do that is with a flow person, because if I try and feint, you want to go to some place that you're not normally going to hit. And with a shield covering the entire one half of their body, you're not going to do that. With a flow person, if you hold your swords up there, man.
1 second. That's
Yeah, no problem.
face reveal.
So if I throw this a lot, which I do, I'll throw it and then maybe just go down, nick his stomach there, or again, it's like I was saying, it feints. You feint there,
And
you'll
I
move, and then you can twist, right? You got to be quick with that one because of that that sword. But yeah, the trick with left-handed fighting is it's all shoulder, and that half of the body. Especially with sword and boards, that's the only time you're gonna hit anything.
Or you could stop being a dirty lefty.
Don't listen to Thorn. Lefty's really good for fighting anyone. They're not used to it.
They keep telling themselves that.
To make themselves a little
we're gonna
happier.
pause it one more time. Ron's grabbing his shield, which is more.
We're good now.
Okay. So I had my brother come and he grabbed his shield. It's much bigger than mine, much more like yours. So I figured I will try this again here. So same thing. This actually covers more, obviously, because it's a bigger shield. It's the same deal though. You keep twisting. Once you see his feet change to move in, because he'll get tired of it. There.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'll just stand still here. Yeah. So you'll twisting, and then you'll see his move change. Bring your shield over, pop shoulder. You can't stab. What you can do also is if you can get his shield to move, because that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason you're doing this. Is if you can hit shoulder, awesome. But he'll probably block with that shield. So that'll bring his shield over. So when you see that move change, you can sweep over, hit that side. It's a little trickier with this shield. But if
He had another round.
actually, you have your shield on. Here, come here.
Top deep, go.
So if he has this shield, and pretend I have one here, and I go on this side, if he switches his feet, because we'll be twisting this way, okay? So we'll twist. He'll switch his feet to move. I'll come over. There we go. Another fun one. This is one you do in tournaments. You only do this in tournaments, okay? I love talking about this one.